Hey YouTube, it's your boy Karan and we're live from the Droid Island store. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Huawei P10 Lite. Stick around. Alright, so the Huawei P10 Lite. So I have been using this device for just under 2 weeks now, and I really gotta say that I really do enjoy using Huawei products. Just everything from the build quality to the Kirin processors, they just make a very compelling package, and I really do believe that Huawei is on to something. They really are. Okay, so just to get the specs out of the way, all right, I try not to focus too much on the specifications of devices, because at the end of the day, most people don't know what they mean. Secondly, it really comes down to the user experience. All right, so 5.2 inch 1080p display. It's got a 3000 milliamp hour battery. It's got a 12 megapixel rear camera with the 8 megapixel front facing shooter. It packs the Kirin 658 processor. You could pick up either 3 gigs or the 4 gig variant. They have not done away with the 3.5 millimeter jack. You got 2 microphones, one at the top and one at the bottom. Speaking of the bottom, it's still rocking the micro USB, but again, mid-range device, so we can live with that. If you are on the B Mobile network and you are wanting LTE, this is an LTE phone. Just make sure that when you guys go to B Mobile, make sure you guys pick up an LTE SIM, alright? This is a dual SIM device and it has expandable memory, so you could either use 2 SIM cards for both the networks, or you guys could use 1 SIM card and throw in an expandable memory card in here, and it does expand up to 256 gigs, so pretty good, alright? It's running Nougat 7.0 with Huawei's Emotion UI Skin 5.1 on top of that. All of that being said, how does this device, how is it? The device is good, okay? It is good. if you are in the market for a mid-range device, this is definitely a device that you guys can take a look at. Alright, first things first, using this device, when people have come and checked me and seen me with device, the first question is, well, what is that? Well, Huawei, Huawei. Alright, when I tell them it's the P10 Lite, obviously their curiosity picks up, because again, it just looks like a very stellar device. So when they pick it up, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, this device is feeling really good. Yes, the build quality of this P10 Lite is excellent. Okay, it's got 2.5D glass on both sides. All right, mixed with the aluminum frame, so it looks extremely appealing. I love the fact that the fingerprint sensor has the gold outline. Right, I really do like that. Little things like that just add to the look and feel of the device. Okay, so when they pick it up, first question to ask him is, well, how much is that device? How much does it feel like? And I've gotten answers starting from, you know, a little 3,000 all the way up to 4,500. Now, when I tell them that you could pick this device up, depending on what store you go to, that you could pick this device up between 2,500 and 3,000 TT, they're already like, wow, just off the build quality alone. They haven't gone into the phone, they haven't used it, but just the way the phone looks, the way it feels like it costs a lot more money. Alright? So that, again, Huawei, I love their build quality, so that's something that you gotta tip your hat off to them. Alright? Any device, you know, packing a Kirin processor, you already know it's going to perform. So some of the things that I liked feature-wise was the floating dock. Now this was something that I've never really used too much on devices prior, but you know, I seen it there, tried it out, it wasn't too bad. You know, just being able to open up the floating dock, and you have some of the options available, like your multitasking, locking the device, clearing your RAM, just having it accessible at another part of the screen. So, you know, I usually try to keep it at the top. That way, you know, if my hands are at the bottom of the screen, I could go into my multitasking regularly. But let's just say if I was doing something at the top of the screen, I could always easily open it up from the top of the screen, and you know, go into a multitasking from there. It's just another option. It is nice to have. All right. The knuckle gestures have made its way over to the P10 Lite as well, so you could use your knuckles. You could turn the features on and configure that, but you could do things like to take your screenshots, take your scrolling screenshots for the long one. You can actually swipe across the screen with your knuckle to open up the true multitasking, which is the split screen window, and have two apps running at the same time. It does work pretty good on this device, given the fact that it is a mid-range or not one of your flagship devices, so that's a bonus. One nifty thing that Huawei did do is, now if you guys are familiar with some of these Chinese devices, the first thing that they do away with when it comes to the software is they always get rid of the app drawer. I know, it's annoying, but whatever. Huawei this time has given you the option to add in the app drawer natively, so you don't have to go and throw on a launcher in order to get back your app drawer, which I thought was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Okay. The fingerprint sensor. Now, when you're using a mid-range device, I mean, if you get a fingerprint sensor, you're ecstatic, okay? The fact that you're getting a fingerprint sensor that's giving you almost instantaneously unlocking your device, again, for a mid-ranger, it's one of those things that you're not expecting it, but you're gonna take it because it's here, right? So let me see if I can try to get this in properly. So let me do it. Tap, there we go, it's on. All right, I'm gonna lock, tap again, it's on. Tap, it's on. It's pretty much instantaneously. And I mean, again, on a mid-range device, so these are the little things that are always going to increase the value and the user experience of your device. This is something that you might expect from a flagship device. You know, and I mean, I see all of these videos and everybody's comparing the speeds of the fingerprint sensors, but I mean, as long as it opens up as soon as you touch it, like I really don't care about the milliseconds. I wouldn't even really too much compare phones side by side when it comes to the fingerprint sensor, you know. This is a excellent fingerprint sensor in terms of the speed. Simply tap, you're inside your phone, you're ready to go. Love it. Okay, another thing to add with the fingerprint sensor, you can actually use the fingerprint sensor. You could swipe down on the fingerprint sensor and you can get right into your notification shade. Swipe back up and that's gonna, you know, remove the notification shade. So you're simply swiping down, notification there, swipe back up, and it's gone. All right, perfect. All right, so battery life on this bad boy. All right, so the Kirin 658 processor is very battery efficient. Throw in the 3000 milliamp hour battery and you have a device that's going to give you a full day's worth of use. All right, I've been averaging about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, and it's pretty much gotten me through the day. And my usage pretty much consists of music, YouTube videos, emailing, web browsing, social media, WhatsApp, that type of thing. And with that mixed usage, I've been able to get a full day's worth. Okay, so if you're somebody where you might not be listening to music on your device, you might not be gaming, again, you're just going to be the daily stuff like your calls, texts, social media, I don't foresee you having any problems in terms of not being able to get at least a full day's worth of usage before you got to throw this back on the charger. This device, when it comes to battery, again, very battery efficient. It does have a wide variety of different battery saving options as well. So if you do happen to run low, you can throw on the power saving options and squeeze out even more battery life out of the device. All right, so that is pretty good. Now, when it comes to camera performance, usually when you have a mid-range device, camera quality is one of the first things that manufacturers tend to scale down on. All right, that way they can make a device more affordable for you. So how does this camera fare? Now, if you are in low lights, if you're not in the most optimal lighting situations, then the camera is meh. But again, mid-ranger, it's expected. Now, if you are outside in daylight, then this camera definitely shines. It produces some really high quality pictures. If you are going to be using this camera to post onto social media and you're not going to be printing them, this camera is definitely going to be more than enough. When you are outside, natural light, it's definitely going to give you high quality pictures. Where the device struggles is on the video side. Now, it can only shoot in 1080p. There is image stabilization. It's okay. To me, like when I check the footage, like you still do get the shakes. It doesn't really smooth it out too well. But again, mid-range device, not a deal breaker. If it was optical image stabilization, I'd be a bit more critical. But they do have the image stabilization on, so I mean, it's better to have that than have nothing at all. Okay. Front-facing 8 megapixel shooter. This device does take very good selfie pictures. It does have the beauty mode, so it does soften the pictures. If that is your thing, you can adjust the beauty mode. If you do not want to use the beauty mode, it's not something that you have to take, but again, it does take very good selfie pictures. So if you are a selfie queen or you're a selfie king, this device has you covered. All right. Performance. Now, any device that has a Kirin processor or Snapdragon, you already know that there's going to be a level of performance that your device is going to give you. And right now, Kirin processors are ranking at the top of everybody's list, okay? The Kirin 960 outperforms the Snapdragon 835 in a variety of tests. The Kirin 658, one of the better processors that would be comparable to on the Snapdragon side, might be like everybody's favorite, the Snapdragon 625. This device, the 658, slightly outperforms the Snapdragon 625 in terms of performance and day-to-day use. Now, the one thing that I really do enjoy is the fact that I mean, I'm accustomed to flagship devices and flagship performances. I'm a heavy user, and this device pretty much keeps up with all of my day-to-day tasks. The extent of my gaming is Clash of Clans, and I mean most phones can run that no problem, but I was testing out Asphalt 8. I experienced no drop frames. The device does warm up, but one thing I want to point out to everyone that most YouTubers, most tech reviewers do not talk about is when they're talking about devices heating up and they'll tell you that the device is getting pretty warm, the one thing that they fail to mention is the build of the device. There are phones, depending on the build quality, some is going to heat up more than others. So if you have a device that, if you're coming from a phone that has a plastic build, then when your device starts to heat up, it might just feel warm, okay? Now, because this device is both glass front and back, glass conducts heat. So when this processor gets into high gear and the phone starts to warm up, you're gonna feel it a lot more than you would on a plastic built phone. Same idea with aluminum devices. The aluminum frames on some of these devices conducts a lot of heat. So again, when the processors are heating up, it's gonna get very warm. All right. So yes, so this device does heats up, but again, it's not to say that there is anything abnormal about it. Just keep in mind that you are using a glass-backed phone. It's gonna conduct the heat. The minute you throw a case on this device, you're not gonna feel it so much. All right. Now, gaming. If you are going to be gaming and you are picking up a device that's on a budget, you should be happy to know that again, Kirin 650 processor is going to be able to handle some of the more graphic intensive devices. Obviously not as well as some of the flagships, but it's definitely going to get you through your gaming, okay? If you're not going to be gaming and this is more, simple usage, social media and whatnot, then you're fine. This device is gonna handle it. You shouldn't experience no lag. If you pick up the 4 gig RAM version, even better, okay? Definitely a device that you should definitely look out for. All right, so most importantly, all right, who is this device for? I've been letting everybody know that when you are in the market for a phone, you need to know a couple of things. One, you gotta know what it is that you need your phone to do. 2, the device that you are looking at, you need to know the ideal customer it was made for and the intended use, all right? So who is the P10 Lite for? The P10 Lite is a solid mid-range device. It's stylish. If your uses consist of social media, calls, texts, emailing, web browsing, listen to music, a little bit of gaming, this is the device that you're going to want to look at, all right? It's, especially at the price point, like I said, down here in Trinidad, you'll be able to get it between 2,500 and 3,000 TT. Now, there are other devices that are going to give this device a real run for its money and maybe even a better device for it. But what it's going to come down to is if you like the device, okay? There are devices like, say, the Motorola G5 Plus that might be a better device than this. Even some of the Honor devices are probably going to be a better purchase than the P10 Lite. But it's going to come down to your taste. If this device looks good to you, if it feels great in your hand, then yeah, definitely go for it, because in terms of performance, the performance is there, okay? If you're not a intensive user and you're looking for a mid-range device, this device is gonna handle everything you throw at it. It'll just come down to your own individual taste. If you like it, if it feels good, go for it, okay? Don't let anybody else discourage you. All in all, it's a good package at a good price point. If you like it, you do it, all right? All that being said, I just want to let everybody know that the Droid Island store is pretty much almost here, okay? We're going to be opening August 7th. We're right in Curepe Junction next to the Papa John's Plaza. So yeah, definitely come check us out. There's a lot of devices that we're going to be bringing in. And if you guys see it on the channel, see one of our videos, we are going to have it in the store for you guys to come and take a look at, alright? All that being said, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button on the channel. Your support is always greatly appreciated. And as always, if you guys have any questions whatsoever when it comes to Android, you know we are your Caribbean Android experts. Shoot us a message, we'll hit you guys back, and we'll make sure that you guys are sorted out. Until the next video, peace.